Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American politics. And I'm going to explain what the purpose of the 2024 Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo film is. All right, in my humble opinion. All right, so first of all, Wicked does function. Wicked has a minor function as a classical American big screen movie release, right? That is happening, right? By the way, spoilers for the 2024 Wicked here. Okay. But what is its primary purpose? And I think it was very carefully timed to release right after President Donald Trump won the election, because people would need explanations, right? So, first of all, Donald Trump's election was shocking to many Americans. Donald Trump's win in the 2024 U.S. presidential election was extremely shocking to many Americans. I mean, really shocking. And really, like, literally every political expert said Kamala Harris would take it, right? And many of them are eating crow right now. But what's really interesting is, so for those people, how did that happen? How did none of them see what was coming? And Wicked perfectly explains it. So Shiz University is where Galinda and Elphaba go to school to learn magic, right? And so they arrive, and Elphaba is seen by the students, and everyone gasps, right? Specifically Galinda, she's like, right, like, startled and upset by the appearance of Elphaba, because her appearance is startling and upsetting, right? Yeah. All right. They establish that literally from the first time we see the character, right? And then Elphaba's like, oh, hey, don't worry. You have a problem. And she doesn't say her startling and upsetting appearance, but she says, you have a problem, but I intend to be a sorceress, so I will use my powers to help you, right? With this problem, right? Like, yeah. And what's interesting, what's fast, and then everyone claps for Galinda. All of the students and the teachers clap for Galinda, right? Fascinating, right? And this is where it gets really interesting. And then Elphaba says, so you are offering to help someone you don't know with powers you don't have. And everyone is impressed, right? And I was like, holy cows, that's why this movie was made, right? To perfectly explain President Donald Trump, 2016 to 2020, like, he took America for a ride we will never forget, right? It was shocking. He did things that no president had ever done, right? One of the things is he's a liar. Like, that's not debatable. It's just a concrete reality, right? A really bad liar. And that had not really happened before. We didn't have a president who just, like, lied when there wasn't even a need to, right? Let alone on the important parts, right? And everybody was, and the Democrats were like, well, we're in now. Biden's in. He's got the Democrat playbook. Everything's going to be golden. And it wasn't. It was way worse. Everybody was like, what? What's happening, right? And the reality is, the Democrats did not know anyone they were trying to help. They didn't know what Latinos wanted. They didn't know what women wanted. They didn't know what African American men wanted. They didn't know what young men wanted. They didn't know what men wanted. They didn't know anything. There was one group. Apparently, they did know what black women wanted, because black women voted for Kamala Harris, and the numbers were strong. Every other group that they were trying to help, they didn't know them, right? So first of all, they didn't know what the problem was for them, right? They didn't know that person's problem. And then they were offering to help, and everybody was impressed with powers they didn't have, right? Like, So at this point, Glinda is not a sorceress. She can't do anything. She can't cast magic. She can't do anything, right? And so she was offering to help people she didn't know with powers she didn't have, and the whole world was impressed. And man, if there has ever been a better description of the Democrat Party, I don't think there has never been a better description of the Democrat Party, right? And so Galinda goes through the entire film with no other purpose of then describing to America what happened, why the Democrats lost so bad. And the issue is, people realized, oh my gosh, the Democrat Party doesn't know the people they're trying to help, so they can't identify the problem to even solve it, right? They are offering to help with powers they don't have. And everybody's impressed. The media's like, yes, you're going to pay everybody's university debts. What, did anybody was that the big problem that they needed to solve? Doesn't matter. We're just like Galinda, we're going to identify the fix. We don't need to talk to you to know what you need. We'll just assume what you need, and then we'll promise to help, and everything will just evaporate in the wind, and no help will arrive. But the media will go, you didn't help, you didn't know the problem, but oh, good job. So that is the point of Wicked. Wicked is a spot-on explanation of American politics today to help America understand, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.